What up, everybody? This Prophet Mahmoud representing all the cast offs worldwide. Y'all don't know the cast off is. A cast off has been who you are, even when it's unpopular. When your thoughts and what you stand for is different than the crowd, you are a cast off. And so today, I'm just gonna talk more about what we're doing in the community and our One Nation of Christ ministry. This is less of an episode of the Sarah Watson show and stuff like that, but I've just been getting so many messages about from people asking me, how can y'all help us, coach, or how can y'all help us serve in the community? When can I help, or when can I be a part of the One Nation of Christ and all that? And if y'all don't know, our One Nation of Christ, our mission is to serve, uplift, unify our people, and renew the mind and the spirit of our people, unplugging us from the slave mindset and unplugging us from this demonic world that we live in. And so, you know, and we start in the community. And so what we do in the community right now, I always say, sports, man, changed saved my life. And so we sponsor sports leagues and we coaching kids. And so while we got the kids there, we teaching them how to lead with love and respect, doing to others as you want done to you, and having a good attitude, because a good attitude will take you way further in life than a good grade point average. Other things we do in the community is we all go support businesses of that community, because too many times we don't support the people of our community. We support somebody from outside the community. So we got a hold to all the people who help us feed. We all put our money together and we gonna support this business this day and stuff like that. And so, like I said, and we do the feed. We don't do too many events like show up at this event, because we realize the people who need it a lot of times don't have vehicles and can get there. And so instead of having this event where people come out with balloons, we go to the apartment complexes, we go to the projects with hundreds of bags of foods and give them away. And so the next thing we're gonna do this book bag, school supplies, and a haircut or hair done service. So we go into the projects and these apartments and make sure the kids got their hair cut so they look fresh when they go to school, or hair braided, and book bags for school supplies. And and then we're gonna give them the flyer, the seven principles, because I believe the seven principles of the One Nation of Christ will change our mindset and change our spirit and help us lead with love and respect. And so that's what we're doing with that. And raising money for the kids who can't afford to go play flag football, or football leagues, or baseball leagues, or basketball leagues, or soccer leagues, so we can take these kids who, you know, having all this idle time, looking up to big homie on the block and sitting there playing a video game all day. Nah, get these kids active, but being active costs a lot of money now. And so raising money to get these kids in these sports league, if it's not something that I'm coaching in, and doing tutoring programs, because I always say, man, good manners will take us way further in life than a good grade point average and a good attitude. And I know a lot of y'all deep people, well, that should be taught at home. Well, it wasn't taught at home to me or none of my friends. A lot of my friends' mama smoked crack, and my mama taught me so much BS. And so, I love my mama. She did the best she can do. But, but we be limited. We get out into this world with a bad attitude, with a sense of entitlement, don't know how to communicate and all that. And the people we need to open up doors, they don't want to open up doors for. So we should teach these kids that at a young age. And I always say, the moment we say somebody should do something, nah, you should do it. That's your purpose. Whatever bring pain to your heart is what God has qualified you to heal. But a lot of times we shift our responsibility to somebody else. And so, nah, that's what we doing. With when we gonna have the sports league, we're gonna have a tutoring program to teach a class with good manners and stuff like that. So that stuff we doing in the neighborhood. And one thing I want to add is counseling, man. Little boys watching their friends get killed and little girls getting touched on and all this war going on in the neighborhood. We need counseling in the community. So if we get professional counselors and we had to put our bread together to pay this person whatever, or if a person want to join who a counselor and want to come counsel these kids and stuff like that, man, that's what we try to do in the neighborhood, because our whole goal is to build a faith-based community. That's my whole goal, is a faith-based community. And so I watch other communities build their community up. And so The blueprint is communities already. So if we can start supporting businesses in the communities and raising money to get these kids in sports and feeding the community and securing our neighborhood, we go as a ministry and we praying over these balloons on the telephone poles from young boys getting gunned down and being at certain events to make sure gun violence don't go off and just praying for the community. I know for a fact, I can't speak of no other neighborhood, but I witnessed my neighborhood go down when the Muslims stopped passing out final calls on the corner, when the Jehovah Witnesses stopped knocking on the door, when I ain't never seen too many like regular Christian ministries, all the neighborhoods singing and stuff like that. But when the spiritual groups left the neighborhood, even though we weren't listening, you know what I'm saying? Some people listen, and sometimes you might not take it all the way in, but they could say one thing and it be a seed. So when your ass get locked up, that seed start developing a harvest. Or when you get shot or stabbed, you will start remember what they saying, and then that harvest come in your life. Or when you just getting older and wiser and stuff like that, but you remember what that pastor said, you remember what that person in the face said to you. And so in the neighborhood, there's so many big homies want to throw the boy a gun, throw the boy a pack. Nigga, you ain't getting your dick sucked yet? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just too much dumb stuff. It need to be balanced out, but it seems like, man, we gave up on the neighborhood. And so yeah, that's what it felt like, man. Like everybody gave up on the neighborhood. And so my mission is to bring people back in the neighborhood and balance. You gonna have, if you in a poor neighborhood, man, where a lot of nigga shit going on, no matter what you do, you gonna have drugs, you gonna have killing, you gonna have violence, you gonna have drama. But it's just to limit some of this stuff, and people who want an option could have a better option. Because sometimes, man, you don't want to be like this or do this, but sometimes you just get sucked all the way in. And so that is the mission right there. And so that's what we're doing with the One Nation of Christ in these neighborhoods and stuff like that, with tutoring and counseling and sports league and feeding and just taking our experiences and our gifts and our failures and our lessons from our failures, our hurts and everything like that, and we could give these kids a head start so they don't have to go through all that. It took us 20 years of this dumb stuff we had to go through to know this. And so we could give the kids of the generation under us or way under us a head start so they don't have to go through what we went through to know what we know. We could just teach them what we know. Jay-Z said line so dope to me. Hov did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. You feel me? And so yeah, but that's what we doing right now with the One Nation of Christ. Our ministry, our mission is to serve, uplift, and unify our people and renew the mind and the spirit and free us from the slave mindset that we have, free us from this matrix and this demonic attack that we under for real. And so that's what we doing with the whole goal and agenda. When we free all these minds, we could have our own community to keep the money in our community, have families in the community, and be example for other people. Be like, I love that community, I need to go over there, or make my community like this, where we have a family structure. Because I believe Satan is after the family. I believe Satan is after the family. That's why so many gay shows is being pushed to our kids, to have like just to break up the husband, wife, mama, daddy dynamic. Because if we have great households, we have great blocks. And we have great blocks, we have great cities have great states, great country, great world. But it starts at home and the family. And I believe it's a satanic attack on the family. We see it on Facebook all the time. Black men hate black women hate black men. The man want to be a woman want to be the man. And so the dynamics is thrown all off, and we can't raise a proper family. And I believe that's a satanic attack on the world. I keep saying we in the war right now. We so focused on the Israel and Palestine, the Palestinians and the Russians and whoever they beefing with, the Russians and y'all know. But you know, that's a real war. But a lot of war, the biggest war we going through ain't of bombs or guns or even fighting. They ain't got nothing to do with the neighborhood. It's a spirit war that we going in, that we going through right now. And I believe with these 7 principles, man, we could change our life and unfree our mind from the slave mindset. Because once we allow these 7 principles and God come in our life, we can go through anything and keep a smile on our face, because then we understand nothing happened to us, it happened for us. And I have to go through this so I could be a blessing and have experience and empathy for somebody else who go through it. You know what I'm saying? And so we look at it different. And so I believe the first principle is put God first. That's the first principle of the One Nation of Christ ministry. Principle number one is put God first. And I know that sounds cliches, but how do we put God first? We put God first by doing what we know God wants us to do, even when we don't feel like it. Sometimes God will tell us something through our gut feeling. We had that gut feeling like, I know what I need to be doing. I don't know how I know, but I know when we obey that gut feeling, that's God speaking to us through the Spirit. That's how we put God first. Obeying that Spirit and not what we want to do. Sometimes we be out, be like, man, I know I don't need to be with this girl right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I done did it. You feel me? And that's how when we obey that Spirit and just do what, like, sometimes will hurt or don't feel good or not gratify, whatever that word is, gratifies, whatever. That's how we put God first. Another how we put God first, the main thing in my personal opinion, when we walk in our God-given purpose, what bring pain in our heart is what God has qualified us to heal. And understand nothing happened to us, it happened for us. I had to go through that so God can use me to heal this situation and heal these people. But the moment we poor little me, I need help, or all like, no, we got our mind on ourselves. Goodness gracious, we got our mind on ourselves too much. But the moment we take our mind off of how I feel and what I've been through, and understand I had to go through this so I could have experience and so I could have empathy for other people, so I could have life lessons to help other people. That's how we put God first. And when you walk in your God-given purpose, even if it costs you your freedom, even if it costs you every dollar or costs you your life, that's how you put God first. Dr. King died for people who don't even appreciate him today. He put God first. And so that's the first rule. The second principle to One Nation of Christ is doing unto others as you want done to you. Leading with love and respect, treating people the way you want to be treated. Doing to others as you want done to you is the principle to any faith. A lot of times we so busy, well, I pray this many times a day, I pray this way, or I wear this, and I pray that I eat this because the Bible said don't eat that, and thou should not do. Man, how do you treat people, bro, at the end of the day? Man, I was in church today and the pastor said something so dope. He said, it ain't Jesus why people turn away from Jesus. It's the people who say they believe in Jesus that turn people away from Jesus. Because we so busy Bible thumping. Thine should not do this. Thine should not eat this. And I don't celebrate that. And this and that. And we look at everything everybody else is doing, but we never self-reflect like, damn, I need to correct. Man, let me be a better person. Man, Jesus washed his disciples' feet to let them know we are here to serve. Man, we got so-called believers who will see a person hungry and thirsty. Knowing scripture said if a person hungry, you feed, or a person thirsty, give them something to drink. And we be like, I pray for you in Jesus' name. And literally start speaking in tongue and all the deep shit. Man, feed this person, bro. Feed this person, bro. Man, Jesus went around healing people and doing great things, and then he fed the people's spirit, bro. But we want to come and just blah, 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 blah. We don't want to feed nobody. We don't want to help nobody or nothing. We just want to come give our opinion because I've been in the Bible. I read my Bible and crosses everywhere and all this outwardly religious bullshit, bro. But who are you helping? Or how are you treating people, bro? For real. And so that's doing to others as you want done to you. Principle 3. So y'all got principle 1, put God first. Principle 2 is doing to others as you want done to you. Lead with love and respect, bro. Lead with love and respect. When we get this stuff going, that's how we gonna greet each other. Love and respect, my brother. Love and respect, my sister. Principle 3. Principle 3 is we reap everything we sow. Scripture teaches us give and it will be given to you, right? And a lot of times we don't believe that because that person we gave to ain't gonna give you nothing back, ain't gonna help you in your time of need. And so we don't believe that word, but we understand that everything we do is a seed that will grow a harvest in our physical life. Like when you give, it's like you plant a seed in the spirit world, and just like you plant a physical seed as a farmer, you plant a tomato seed and then roots grow under the ground, then tomatoes come. That's like when you give to the spirit world. Even if you give it to a person who ain't gonna give you nothing back, even if they about to go smoke some crack, even if they about to go throw it in the street, whatever, you still give it to the spirit world, and it's like it grow roots and it grow a harvest in your life. So if you plant tomatoes, you will get tomatoes in due time. And so when you give, just because that person ain't gave you nothing, man, when you least suspect it, and who you least suspect it from, man, it will be returned. I know every last one of y'all on here probably like, damn, boy, that person looked out for me and I ain't even respect them to. Or, man, God, how did I get this? Somebody blessed me with this. Like, and a lot of times it's because you did something good for somebody probably 3 months ago and you probably forgot all about it. And so scripture is real, man. We reap everything we sow. Give and it will be given to you. Not when you expect it, not who you expect it from, but it will happen. And that's everything in life. Even when we do people wrong, something wrong happened to us, man, think about the people we done fucked over, bro, and thought we got away with it. We planted those negative seeds and it grew a harvest in our life. And things we spoke, and like, man, I spoke that into existence. Yeah, our words are seeds. You keep speaking, I hate this person, I hate you. You really start hating this person, and you really don't mean it, but now you hate your girlfriend, don't even know why. You hate your, like, you just, because you planted those seeds. And so, man, our words are powerful. Life and death is in the power of tongue. Just like our thoughts. Our thoughts are seeds, our words are seeds, and our actions are seeds. Everything we do, we will reap. And the fourth one, so y'all got number one. Number two, number three, number four. Four is self accountability, total self accountability. The moment we look in the mirror and be like, I'm here because of me, not the white man, not my mama, not my daddy. The moment we self correct and be totally self accountability, like, I need to change, I'm sick and tired of my bullshit, bro, that's when we could change. But the moment we say it's them or they or them, we make them our God, and we can't change nothing because we gave them all the power and took the power out of ourselves. So we have to be totally self accountable. Five is we are here to serve. Like I always say, Jesus washed his disciples' feet to let them know we are here to serve. And so if I am who I am and I wash your feet, how do you supposed to treat our people? And the way you can serve, bro, you take your gifts. If you good at basketball, you go teach these young kids basketball. If you good at singing and music, you go teach the other people singing and music. If you good at this, serve people. Take your gifts, take your experience, and serve people. Six is unity. Unity. You good at something, they might not be good at something. They good at something, you ain't good at something. So instead of y'all competing and not getting anything done, y'all work together, bro. Scripture teaches us we as believers need to function like the human body. The brain do one thing, the arm do one thing, the leg do one thing, all for the human body to function. And that's how we need to function. Instead of compete with each other, we need to complete with each other. We need to complete each other. Man, I was listening to this sermon by this pastor, right? He was saying, geese, how they fly to a whole nother state. Them flying in formation cut 70% of the energy. If they flew by themselves, it would be way harder and they wouldn't even get to where they're going. But since they fly in formation and working together, they can go a lot further using 70% less energy because they working as a team. But the moment that geese over here want to compete with this geese, like, let me speed up and just try to, like, man, they won't get nowhere. And that's what we do, man, especially in my community. Man, it'd be four people hanging together with four different record labels instead of coming together and do it together. It'd be three friends with three different clothing lines. It'd be two, like, God, why y'all just work together? And we say like we the only ones who do that, bro. And so, man, I believe if we can't be the best version of ourselves or do anything in this world worthwhile trying to do everything on our own. So that's why six is so important to me. Unity, bro. Unity. Completing each other and not compete with each other. Man, even in like even the male, female, I don't know what everybody else do. I can't tell you what white people do. I can't tell you what Asian people do. I can't tell you what Mexican relationships look like. But as blacks, how I see right now, it seems like the black man is in competition with the black woman, and the black woman is in competition with the black man. Instead of working together, unifying, and coming together and things, like we just and compete with each other. And that's why our family structure and our, man, we fucked up. And so I believe in unity, bro. Competing, all that competing with each other, man, complete each other. And so that's lost. That's principle 6 of the One Nation of Christ. And 7 is take a step in faith and get started. Not overthinking, not waiting for a perfect moment that will never come, not waiting for the approval of people, but take a step in faith and get started. If you really have faith in God, you will understand I just need to get started, and everything I do when I start walking will come my way. The right people will start coming, the right amount of money, the right ideas, the right events will start coming. But the moment I'm just sitting back waiting, man, ain't nothing gonna happen but you overthinking, procrastinating, and in your own head, bro. I don't believe we could be the best version of ourselves, not taking a step in faith and get started, but sitting there overthinking and procrastinating. And then when somebody else just took a step in faith, and we might be more talented or have better clothes or better this or better whatever, and that person shining, now we send back a hater like, man, I could have did that, or they stole my idea. No, you should have took a step in faith and got started for real. And so that's the seventh principle of the One Nation of Christ: take a step in faith. And so that's what we going by, these seven principles, and I really believe, having faith in God, your problems ain't gonna go away. Your problems might gonna get harder for real, because the satanic attack gonna turn up. But when you have your faith in God, God will give you grace, and He will get you through the trials and tribulations gracefully, where you don't have to do drugs to maintain or want to blow your brains out or whatever, because you understand everything I'm going through is not happening to me, it's happening for me, and I am going through this so I can gain experience and empathy and more understanding about this stuff, so God can use me to serve and help other people. Nothing happened to us, it happened for us when you are a believer. And so that's how, like, the faith in God, bro, what, like, it's just like, it frees you, and you could see somebody with real faith go through something and with a smile on their face, like, man, how they so happy? And you could see a person without God, they like go through anything and crumble and gotta shoot up or blow their brains out and stuff like that. And so, I pray every day, God, please give me the grace to go through the trials and tribulation gracefully me, and give me the wisdom to understand why I had to go through that. And so that's what we're doing with the One Nation of Christ ministry. And so if y'all want to be a part of us going into these neighborhoods, passing out these book bags and feeding people, and getting these kids signed up in sports and tutoring and praying in the community and neighborhoods and stuff like that, man, y'all can join me at the One Nation of Christ. Just all y'all do is add on Instagram and leave me a message, and we setting up the book bag giveaway right now. We not setting up at no specific event. We going to project, apartment to apartment, passing out full book bags. And if y'all do hair and doing these kids hair, hopefully my bread to be all the way up where we could get these kids shoes to go back to school with. But if y'all want to be a part of One Nation of Christ, man, please just inbox me and ask me how can you help, and we can get together, because we ain't got nothing together. And I just now got the logo and stuff like that. And so if y'all want to be a part of what we trying to build in this community, man, please just inbox me. Man, love and respect. I appreciate everybody who took out the time to tune in. Love and respect to everybody. And when we get this One Nation of Christ going, that's how we greet each other. The Nation of Islam greet each other with Assalamu Alaikum. We greet each other with love and respect, because I believe lead with love and respect, the world will be a way better place. And so the next event that we doing, not even an event, but the next thing we doing right now is the book bag giveaway. And we need barbers to cut these kids' hair, braiders to braid these girls or little boys' hair, and give groceries to their moms and get the school supplies. So that's what we're gonna do right now in the next, what is it right now? June 22nd. So hopefully after the, probably like next month. That'd be like July 20th. So we'll have a whole time to raise money and get all this stuff together. And kids who want to play fall sport, raise enough money to get these kids in the fall sports and these tutoring programs. So I appreciate everybody who took out the time to tune in. If y'all want to see this video again, go on YouTube, hit like and subscribe. And if y'all on Facebook, all you do, just go message the One Nation of Christ. I tagged the thing, One Nation of Christ. If y'all on YouTube, well, not on YouTube, but just go on Instagram and follow and message the One Nation of Christ so we can get connected. I'm out. One love. Prophet Mahmoud, representing all the cast offs worldwide. For sure.